Alright guys, how's it going? ChaosEclipse here. This is Ark Survival Evolved. The game's been out for a while. As you can see on the right, they have a couple updates for stuff that they've recently released. They've also announced Ark 2. It says it's a multiplayer sandbox. You know, you can read it there on the right. We're gonna play a solo game of this. It is an MMO. You can join a random server. I believe they have up to like 70 people per server or something like that. I don't remember the exact number. The game intro, the music actually sounds really loud. I'm not sure if that's just me or if it's actually loud. These are my custom games right here that I have saved. Same thing with this one up here. Any of the ones that have this little symbol next to them have saves on them. I have played all these maps. Whether I am good at them or not is a different story. But we're gonna change some of this stuff in here before we get too high in here, or before we get started with the game. Okay, we're gonna turn the difficulty all the way up, all the way. Not changing any of that stuff. 2 times XP is fine. Looks like some of this stuff has already changed. I don't think any of this is default. It's probably what I've had it for before. The reason why I changed the difficulty though is because if you read right there where the little pop-up is, it says it changes the quality of the loot and the levels of the creatures. I want them as high as possible, so not necessarily the loot, but the creatures. You do more stuff, more damage and stuff with higher creatures. You can tame in this game, for those of you that don't know. Don't really have to worry about notifying player left or join, but I always check those anyway. If you guys have any questions about any of these settings, let me know. I'm not going to go over all of them though. Just want to see what I have everything set at right now. I believe I don't usually mess with any of this. The ones that say 0, like the max players in tribe and stuff like that, and the player max experience points, those are set to 0 because I believe when you set it to 0, it makes it so that there's no cap on those. Now, does that mean that you can just keep leveling? I have no idea. I think there's still a max to the level you can get to, but as far as the experience points, I think they just keep going. I could be wrong about that though. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete our main save. I haven't played this game in a while, so honestly any of these saves I have are probably nothing anyway. I'm gonna delete all of them actually. I'll probably regret it later and remember that I had something, but like I said, I haven't played it in a while, so kind of no point anyway. You can play this multiplayer without being on a public server, but it requires either doing a dedicated server or having another server on another console. I'm not sure how this is on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and PC. On PC, I believe you can just rent a server, same thing. Well, on any of the consoles, including PC, I think you can just rent a server. PlayStation has this other thing though, which I'm not sure about Nintendo and Xbox because I don't have one. I have a Switch, but I don't have the game on Switch. But as far as running your own server, if you have 2 PS4s, I did at one point, long story of why I had them, but if you have 2 PS4s, you can actually run one server from one PS4 and then join it from your second one, and you can actually have other people join. If you play like this, like with just one PS4, and you try running a multiplayer game, the way it looks is like it goes to a black screen and it's just the server that's running. You can't actually play on the server unless you have another PS4. That's why it works that way. Now you can still do multiplayer though, so if I join a single player game, I think I can still invite my friends, but they have to stay within a certain distance of whoever the host is. When you do it with the 2 PS4s, they can go as far as they want anywhere. So I was actually thinking about getting another PS4 just to do that. So I may buy like a pre-owned one or something, or I may wait till I get my PS5 and do it with the PS4 and PS5. It should still work the same way. But we're gonna do the island. It was the very first map that was introduced in Ark. I'm very familiar with it. I like everything in the island. I mean, I like all the maps, but the island is just the one I'm most comfortable with. Aberration's actually pretty cool too, but I like island the most, so we're going to start a single player game. It's taking a minute to load. It normally does take a minute to load. It has to load in everything. The maps are not randomly generated or procedurally generated. If you look at the bottom there, it says create procedural arc. You can create one. I know when they first did that though, it was really glitchy. I tried one not too long ago and it was actually more decent, but they also don't have certain things in the game the way that they normally did, so that's why I don't use that. It would probably be fun to do it at one point, but not lately. I just don't want to. We're gonna go with white hair because our guy's gonna be old. We're gonna go with red eyes, not that it matters, and we're gonna shrink. Actually, you know what? Normally I shrink everything, but when you shrink everything in this game, the characters and everything, they look kind of retarded. It leaves their torso real big and everything. So we're gonna leave the rest the way it is. This is our character right here. You can spin him around. There are female characters too. Don't remember. Oh, okay, at the very top. There's a female character. Up here on the right side at the top where it says spawn region, the map that's above that, that is the entire map of the map that we're going to join, which is called the island. And then it has all the different spawn points on this menu right here. As you can see, it starts with easy ones, then medium, and it moves up to hard. If you know how to play the game, the hard zones actually aren't that hard. But you will run into a lot of high level stuff, so you just have to be careful. Before, when I played this spot right here, the North Zone 1 is usually the spot that I started on, and it's actually not that bad. These two are a little more difficult. This one's hit or miss, the second hard one, because you can either be in the snow or outside the snow. And then this one is definitely in the snow. You may spawn up there on the edge that's not in the snow, but if you spawn in the snow, more than likely your character is going to freeze to death before you're able to do anything. Now these are all obviously just my opinions. It looks like they added in some that are here. Oops, did not mean to move over. Looks like they were added in looks like they added in some here on the west. Okay, no, those are the same ones. I don't remember this many spawn zones. There used to be 3 easy, 3 medium, and 3 hard, so these are a little bit different. I'm not too concerned about it. The medium one's right... Where is it at? Is it this one? I believe it's these two. If I'm not mistaken, I may be, but if I'm not mistaken, those are by the swamp. The swamp, to me, is one of the harder areas in the game as well. I just don't like it. The creatures that are in there are pretty deadly. They're pains in the butts, to be honest. But I'm not too concerned about it. We're going to start with South Zone Easy. South Zone 2. We're going to change our name to ChaosEclipse, like always. I do know a lot about this game. Not everything. Like, there's also breeding and stuff in the game. I haven't really done much of that, but I do know a lot of stuff about the game. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I should be able to answer any of your questions for you. Downloading a survivor, I can download one if I had one saved, which I just deleted everything, so I shouldn't have one saved. We're gonna do create new survivor, and it'll spawn us in right away. Well, it's gonna load, but it'll spawn us in. And there's a dinosaur right there. Luckily, it's not a hostile one. The game sounds really loud. If it's really loud, hopefully I can adjust the volume of it. I'm not sure why it sounds so loud. It may just be my headset. Trying to figure out where we are. I think I know where we are. Yeah, okay, so this area is not so bad. So like any other survival game, punch to grab some wood. Well, actually it gives you thatch. You need an actual axe to get wood. If you punch enough times, I think you'll get a little bit of wood here and there. Yeah, there's one wood. It shows on the left what I'm collecting. So you don't want to keep punching stuff though. It actually hurts you in this game from punching stuff. There are rocks that you can pick up. Great here. Nope, that's not one. There's one. There we go. I thought it said the button to pick up the stuff, but I guess not. That's a turtle over there. So there are hostile creatures and there are non-hostile creatures. All the stats are down on your right. They're not really stats. It's more of your survival stuff. So the very top one with the arrow pointing up, that is your experience bar basically. When it gets to the top, you have leveled up. As you can see, I leveled up right away. That is because the experience is turned up in this game. I turned it up, so it's not normally like that. I mean, first couple of levels you will get pretty fast anyway, but I'm probably honestly on like 2 or 3 levels already. It will just notify you of one, and then since it's already capped out on the experience, your experience is still going up as you're doing stuff, but it's not showing it because it's already capped out on that right side. The one under that, it's kind of hard to see because it's not solid or whatever. The one that has like a little thing filling up on it, it is your weight. When that thing is all the way full, you cannot move around. After it gets so high, you can't jump either, which you can jump in this game. The one under that is your water. To drink water, there are 2 ways to do it. You can just completely submerge yourself and he will automatically take a drink. Or, as long as you put your feet in the water like so and you hit triangle, he will take a drink. The one under that is a little ham looking thing that is for your food, which we have these berries that we can eat. There are different berries. Yeah, see, so I have 2 levels here where it says points available between where I'm clicking. That means I've already gotten 2 levels. So we're going to put 1 in health and 1 in stamina. And then after you put in your points, it's going to take you to this screen. I will come back to this screen in a second. We're not going to mess with it. And I believe I just got another level too. Yeah. It's just from doing nothing. That is correct. We're going to put a little bit into our weight so that we can carry more stuff. And like I said, I will come back to this screen. Let me finish describing this. So you see how the food one is turning a light blue, like a more of a gray color? That means that we have to poop. If you hold circle and you select poop, you can force yourself to poop. And it probably glitched and fell through the map. You can actually pick up your poop in this game. Same thing with dinosaurs. They will actually poop in front of you and all that. I'll explain poop later. You can use it as fertilizer and some other stuff. The icon under that, the lightning bolt under your food one, that is for your stamina. So obviously the more you run, the more you're doing stuff non-stop, it will start draining your stamina. And that sound is this dodo right here, in case you're wondering. When you look at the different creatures, it tells you what they are. So it's a wild female dodo, and it tells you their levels. So she's a level 20. The dodos don't ever attack back. I've never had them attack back unless they belong to someone. You can tame any of the dinosaurs in this game. Well, I want to say like 98% of them you can tame. There are some that I believe you can't. The heart above her now means that she is in a mated phase. So there's actually a male around here too. As long as they're close together, they get a boost. I'm looking for him. I don't see him. They get a boost. I heard him. He's over here somewhere. They get a boost for like their damage and everything. Oh, that's a female. Where's the male that's around this one? Oh, okay, so it went away. Maybe he's over here then, because she's walking that way, which means it's away from him. I don't know where he's at. But yeah, it's a mated thing. I promise you I'm not lying. I just can't find the male. I don't see him. This was the other female, right? Yeah, that's the other female. Maybe the male was over here. Anyway, while you're walking around, hit triangle. You'll be picking up stones. When you come up to these, you'll pick up the berries and all that, and you're gonna need all this stuff when you're first starting the game. So as you can see, the lightning bolt is starting to go down. That's, like I said, for my stamina. So if I keep running and doing stuff, it will go down. To bring it back, you have to stop. Actually, I think one of these are the males. That's the female. There's the male. And the male can actually be mated with more than one female. It's just basically their group. As you can see, he's level 15. She's an 85. So the stamina comes back normally. It will drain your water slowly and your food slowly the more stamina you use. And then they also drain on their own just for doing it. There's the poop. Sometimes your character poops on his own without you forcing them. You can pick it up. Like I said, because you can use it for fertilizer and all that. As you can see, my water's a little low, so we're going to stand in the water, hit triangle, and he takes a drink. Now the water thing is full. The next stat, under the lightning bolt, is a plus sign. That is actually your health. When you take damage, of course that's not going to hurt me. When you take damage, it starts flashing, and you can slowly see it going down. That's because I'm not taking so much damage by doing this. You can also see the red mark on the screen. This game really does sound loud. I am going to turn it down a bit. Hopefully it does not mess up the gameplay for you guys. Okay, that's a little better. So you can see my health dropping. Now, for you to bring back your health, you can either eat or you can eventually make potions in this game. I wouldn't really call them potions. It's more like just a health drink, basically. We did get another level, so let's go in there and take a look at the level. And I will explain the other menu when we get in there as well. Hang on, just want to clear that out real quick. And actually, let me get up to a safe spot so nothing's attacking us. You don't have to do this. I just want to be aware of my surroundings, so I'm moving up here so I can see better. This is an easy area. Normally there's not stuff that spawns in here that's hostile, but it does not mean that it cannot happen. Now the items that popped up down there by my health, the little food thing, that is me starving. My food thing is empty. The one next to that is a little snowflake. That means I'm cold. So before we do that, we're going to eat some of these berries. If you come in here and you press R2 on an item, he will eat it. Obviously, it won't work with stone or anything. It's only edible items. When it comes to the berries, you can eat the white ones. You can eat all of them, technically. You can even eat these seeds. You can eat all of them. I would stay away from the white ones. The white ones bring back your stamina, but they also dehydrate you a lot quicker. And it also helps for you not to get knocked out. So they do help in a pinch. These black ones, never eat them. You can eat one here and there. If you eat too many of them, you will knock yourself out. They are like narcotics. Like, they will actually knock you out. That is what you use to knock out the creatures and stuff, and I will explain that later. So we're going to do a little bit more in weight so that we can carry more. Okay, this menu. You can get here without putting points into your thing. So if you, on PS4, if you hit your touchpad, that's the wrong button. If you hit circle, if you see at the top where it has like the little backpack, then it says 32, has a little picture of people, all those up there. If you hit R1, nope, not R1. If you hit the options button, sorry, like I said, it's been a while since I played this. It'll take you to the menu. If you hit the touchpad, it'll go back to your backpack. If you keep hitting the options, it'll move across that bar on top. I will go over all these menus later. But this one right now. So these three things right here is what you start with. I can already make these from being a level 1 and playing on a solo game. I believe when you start a solo game, or not when you start a solo game, when you start a public game, you have nothing learned. You have to actually spend points even on these 3 items. I believe they may have changed it. because I don't even think it used to be these three. I think it was just a pickaxe, but now they give you a torch and a note as well. So what this means is every time you get a level, you get so many points so you can spend in here. Right now I have 32. Those are my engram points. These are called engrams, or engrams, however you want to say it. So you want to spend your points according to what you think you're going to need. You can use a spear for fighting, so we're going to need that. It's going to cost us 3 engram points. We're going to hit X. We learned how to make a spear. We're going to use a hatchet because we need to get wood. We're already cold, so we definitely need to make a campfire, so we're going to learn that. This right here, this water skin, will actually hold water, so we're going to learn that. We still have 17 points. We're going to go ahead and learn all the food, or all the clothing things. So we're going to learn the hat, the cloth boots, the cloth gloves, the cloth shirt, and the cloth pants. And that takes all of our points. Now, we are level 5 at the moment. That's why these ones are grayed out, because we can't use them. These two are grayed out because they're only available on another map. But these and lower should all be grayed out because we're not that level. Eventually, you will get more points to learn more stuff, but you also cap out on how many points you get, so you may want to be careful and make sure you actually use whatever you're learning. Technically, cloth is the lowest thing in the game to wear, but the way the game works is so for the next set of armor, which is right here at 15, it looks like, you can learn the pants and the shirt at 15. I believe this is chitin armor, or chitin, I believe is what other people call it. I say chitin because the way it's spelled. It could be chitin, I'm not sure. So the pants and the shirt are at 15. Actually, all this is at 15. I apologize. So the pants, the shirt, the gloves, the boots, and the hat are all at 15. For you to learn those, it does require you to learn the previous ones. So you have to learn the cloth ones if you want to learn the other ones. So that's the only reason I picked them. I probably won't even make cloth stuff. If I do, it will be really quick, and we won't probably use it for very long anyway. So that explains that menu. Now we need to make a couple things. So hang on, let me back out of there. If you hit circle, it will bring up the menu for your inventory. This is your inventory. This is all the stuff that I've been picking up. If I hit R1, I just leveled up. If I hit R1, I believe it keeps doing automatically leveling up to a certain point. You slowly, just for being alive, you slowly are getting XP. If you look at the XP bar right there, where it says points available 1, on that left side it'll say XP, and it says like 121.5, 0.6, 0.7. It's counting up. So you slowly are getting XP just for doing nothing. This point we're going to put into melee damage. It's going to take us back there. We're going to go ahead and learn the sleeping bag. And then we can learn more, but we're going to go ahead and back out. See, and now it's unlocked the level 6 items. But we're going to back out of there. So if we go back in here, and like I said, it's still going up. So at 190, we'll get another level. If we hit R1 on this area over here, it goes to the items that we learned that we know how to craft. Right now I can craft this stone pick, so we're going to hit X on that to craft one. I'm sorry, it's not X, it's R2. If you look at the top left, R2 crafts 1. If I wanted to craft 4 of them, I could hit triangle. Well, I take that back. If I want to craft all for the materials that I have, I can craft a max of 4. So I can hit triangle. Square, I believe, crafts 5 of them at a time, but I can only craft 4, so it's telling me I can craft 4 if I hit square on that one. This one actually says 5, but if you look at the craft all, it says 13. Like I said, I'm not going to do any clothes. We need to make the campfire, the hatchet, and at least 3 spears. I will explain why we're going to make 3 spears in a second. But if you highlight these, it shows you the items you need. So for the campfire, I need 1 flint, 16 stone, 12 thatch, and 2 wood. So I have everything in there because I have 21 stone, 41 thatch, and 6 wood, but I have 0 flint. So the flint is the only thing I need for this. That's why it's red. It has a 0, which is how many I have, and then the 1 is how many I need. So if you look at the hatchet, same thing. I need flint for that. I already have the thatch and wood. And for the spears, I need more wood, I need more flint, and I have fiber. So first things first, we are going to get some flint. If you come back to this menu where your inventory's at, this is where your items appear that you craft. If you hit X on that, you go to the bottom and you select the spot that you want to put it in. I'm going to put it in this X spot over here. You can probably barely see it right above the square where the hot bar is at down there. If I hit left on the D-pad, there's nothing in there. If I up on the D-pad, nothing in there. Keep moving along those buttons where that square is at. I'm hitting square right now, but it's not doing anything. Above that, very lightly, it says L1. So if you hold L1, you can see the bar move over to that right side. So if I hold L1 and then hit square, now it's trying to select that side. Same thing if I'm holding L1 and I hit triangle, it's trying to select that one. So if I want to pull out my pick, it would be L1 and X. There's my pick. So we're going to go ahead and grab some more stuff. This is just like Minecraft for whatever you're trying to grab items of. So the thatch gives you, the pick gives you a lot of thatch. If I had an actual axe, I would actually be getting wood from this, or more wood than thatch. It does give both, but it's just if you want more of one item, you need to use the correct tool for it. I believe it does not break faster the way it does in Minecraft, but you'll just get more items of whatever you need. Now, hitting this rock, as you can see on the left side, that's how I'm getting my flint. So we're going to get a whole bunch of flint. Trying to keep going until this thing breaks, may as well. Because our weight is pretty good over there. Okay, and I actually may have it set pretty high to actually getting items. I should have broke by now. We're going to go ahead and leave that like that. We're going to... oh, and obviously these are our stats. We're going to go ahead and we have a level. We're going to put it into our weight. We're still not going to select anything out of here. There's nothing that we really need yet. Well, yeah, we're still not going to select anything out of here. I was going to say we can make the bed, but I'm not really worried about the bed just yet. The bed does work the same as in Minecraft. It is your spawn point. So if you die, you will spawn back on your bed. The sleeping bag is basically a portable spawn point. You can pick it back up and you can put it down anywhere. The bed is different. You have to actually break it and replace it. But the sleeping bag, you can just pick it up. But it's also just a one use, and only you can use it. So if you're in a tribe, you can make tribes in this game. It's kind of like a guild. If you make a tribe in this game, the sleeping bag is only used by you, whereas the bed, if the settings are right, anyone in your tribe can use that bed. And it also has a 2-hour cooldown, I believe. It may not be 2 hours. It may be. I can't remember the cooldown. There is a cooldown for it though. But the sleeping bag is automatic. There's no cooldown, but it's a one-time use. So as soon as you spawn on it, it's going to break. What a lot of people do is they will put down 3 or 4 sleeping bags, and if they need to keep spawning on them, then they'll just spawn on those. So now that we have our flint, and we come in here, hit R1, we can make all 3 of these things. We did need more wood for this, but we got the wood when we were hitting the tree. So we're going to make a campfire. We're going to make a hatchet. And we're going to make... I can probably only make... No, I can make 3 spears. We're going to make 3 of these. At the bottom, you can see it's making 3 of them. If I want to cancel those, I can click on this little button right here. But it'll still craft 1. It'll only cancel the extra 1 that it's doing. So if I'm crafting 5... and I hit it while it's crafting 1, it'll finish off crafting the 1, and then it'll cancel the other 4. So let's say R1 again. We want to collect our 3 spears, and we're going to put them down here. It doesn't matter where you place them down here. The reason why I am placing them on the right side is, for me, it's easier to place on that side because, so... how my character was getting hungry earlier, if I put the berries down here, say I put it in the up D-pad button, while I'm fighting, if I hold L1 and hit triangle, and I'm killing this guy with my spear, I think it's just a lot quicker just to press the buttons on the D-pad to eat and bring back health while you're fighting, versus me trying to hold L1 and hit whatever button to eat and fight at the same time. It's just, to me, it's just easier that way. Like I said, you can do it however you want. If it's easier for you to do it the other way, then so be it. We're gonna go ahead and grab some more wood. You can get wood from these as well. It's just falling down trees. And as you can see, I'm getting more wood from this because I'm using the axe instead of the pickaxe. The screen at the top says I'm over encumbered. This is me moving at full speed. If you look on the right side, that that thing that is under my experience, that weight bar, it's full. And then I have a new icon down there that's also a weight item. It's basically telling me that I'm over encumbered. So now I can't jump either. I'm trying to jump right now. It says inventory is too heavy to jump. So if we hit circle, we have a point. We're going to put it into our weight and see if that helps us. We can move a little faster. Still can't jump. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop anything that's heavy or stuff that we don't need. We have a whole bunch of wood that we will probably end up using. You can see in the bottom right of each square. So like 100 wood will cost 50 weight. 23 wood costs 11.5 weight. Metal we're not going to use for a while. So we're going to drop this by hitting L2. That drops the entire stack. I believe you can drop one at a time. I don't remember how though. Or maybe you can't in this game. I don't remember. The berries can actually weigh quite a bit too. We're gonna drop the stem berries. They're pretty heavy, and we have a lot of wood. But actually, let's go ahead and drop the 23 wood. Okay, so now down on the bottom right, our weight thing disappeared. It's still almost full, but it did disappear. So now we can move at full speed. Well, almost full speed, but we can jump. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna make ourselves a little hut real quick. Technically we don't even need, actually we can't make a hut because I haven't learned the items yet. So if we come in here, we're gonna go to this area. We have 23 right now that we can spend. So we're gonna need a floor, we're gonna need a doorway, some walls, a ceiling, and then the door itself. That is everything to make the first little thatch house that we can make. It's basically a straw house. And then we have 8 points left. We're going to go ahead and learn the storage box so that we can store some stuff. Now this area, like I said, it's fairly safe. I wouldn't worry too much about any big creatures coming. Does not mean it's not possible, like I said, but we're going to go ahead and build just a little house right here. So let's clear out some of this stuff. It's probably going to make us over encumbered again. Yep, we're over encumbered. This stuff's actually taking a while to break. I'm getting more thatch so that we can build our house. Okay, I can still move. If you keep going while you're over encumbered, I'm eating. If you keep going while you're over encumbered, it will actually be way too heavy for you and you won't be able to move at all. So you do have to be careful with that, especially if you have, say, a raptor comes out of the woods over there and it's running this way. You don't want to get stuck not being able to run around. Obviously, if you haven't noticed, this game has dinosaurs in it. That's why I said raptor. If you don't know the game and you're fairly new to it, or you're completely new to it, there are dinosaurs in the game. You can tame them, like I said, about 98% of them. We are going to make a house real quick, so we're going to make 4 floor pieces. We're going to make 1 frame. We're going to make 4 ceilings. We're going to make 1 doorway. And we're going to make, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 walls. Now, while those are crafting, you can move around. Actually, I can't because I'm too heavy now. But normally you can move around. I do believe crafting does make you run a little slower, though. So you won't be able to move at full speed while you're crafting, but you can move while you're crafting. If you look right here where our weight is, we're at 140, and what we're carrying is 144. Now it's 145 because the stuff we're crafting. So we're going to put a point into that. Normally I get my weight up pretty high so that we can actually move around. I still can't move around. It went to 150 and it was at 149. So even a little bit under is too heavy for us. But now we actually have the items. We're getting experience for crafting. That's why we're getting so many levels right now. Like I said, the experience on my game is turned up though. Normally it does not go this fast. I'm not too worried about being heavy right now. What we're going to do is we're going to grab these thatch foundations. We're going to put them down here in our hotbar. And we're going to place these down so that we can actually move around better. It'll show a green outline of where you can place items. If it's red like it was over here, that means that we can't place it there. And it tells you can't place floors obstructed. It's because of that rock. Same thing there. If I try putting it inside the tree, it won't let me. So we're going to place it right here. Now when you go to place it, if you notice when I hit R2 the first time to place it, it had a little like this. It has a little thing. That's for you to turn the actual thing. I don't want to place it there, so I'm going to hit circle. We're going to place it over here with the rest of them. See if I can move. I can move a little bit. I don't have to jump on this. If they're too high, you do have to jump. But he does automatically step up onto smaller areas like that, especially if it's something you're building. So now we're going to grab the walls. Place that down here. I probably want the door on this side. So we're going to place a wall on every side except where I want that door. It did that because you can also place in the middle if you want a wall inside the middle of your house. So we have all of those. Now we're going to place our ceiling. You can also overlap your ceilings, which I believe it's to make like a little porch area if you want it to hang off the edge like that. You don't have to. You can also attach them to the floor. There's a whole nother purpose for that. Like if you're living on a cliff and you still want a floor, I can place it there, but it will have a little lip walking to the floor up onto the ceiling. But we're going to just go ahead and build a normal house. We're going to place our doorway down. Oops, there we go. Our door itself. And as you can see, we're even inside from the shade. We're also warmed up right now. Now there's a new icon over on the right. If you look above the experience bar, it's about 2 or 3 spots above that. There's a little house icon. That means that we are in a shelter, or what's considered a shelter. So if we go outside, that should go away. There it goes. Go back inside, it should come back. There it is. That just shows when you're protected by the rain and the cold and everything like that. Sorry about that. Now, just because you're inside of a house and you have that icon, if you're living in the snow, it does not mean that you will be warm. You do have to have a campfire going, or there's actually a fireplace you can build in the game. The campfire warms up like so many areas around you. The actual fireplace warms up so many areas around you. So I believe the campfire will do like basically the area of 1 block. So you have to pretty much stay right next to it if you're freezing. The campfire on the other, or not the campfire, the fireplace on the other hand, you build it into a wall. And when you place it, I believe it will actually warm up the entirety of the inside of your house, unless you have this ridiculously massive house. But I believe it's something like 7 or 8 blocks or something like that inside of a house. Now, the other thing that we can make is this storage box. We're going to go ahead and make one of these. Wait for it to pop up in our item or our inventory. And we're going to place it down over here so that we can put some items in here. We're going to place that in there because, whoops, wrong button. We're going to place this in here because we don't need it. If you double tap X, it does one at a time. You can do all of them, which is it L1? Nope, that's take out of there. I don't remember how to do the whole thing. Oh, it's up here. So if you want to transfer all the items, you have to actually click on this. If you want to drop all items, it's this one. I don't use these two. It's to sort your items and to make a folder, because you can actually put stuff in folders, so it's more organized. I don't use either one of those. If you just want to do the entire stack, So like say I want to do, actually let's restack that. So say I want to do all 3 of these. I can just hold X on it and it goes straight over there. So let's go ahead and put the wood over there. We're going to put all this stuff that we currently don't need. We're going to keep the food on us, except those because I can't eat them. We're going to put the seeds in there. The seeds I'll probably end up throwing away unless I decide to use them. And then we're going to place our campfire down over here. Which actually we need a couple of things for our campfire. We either need this or this. So to keep warm, this is our campfire. This is the inventory for the campfire. It tells you in the middle right here where I'm highlighting, it says must contain a fuel such as wood or thatch to light the fire, and then it cooks raw food when lit. So basically I can put thatch or wood in there. So we're going to put a couple things of thatch just because I want to show you guys how it is. And then you can click on light fire, which will actually start it, or if you're not in this menu and you just want to light it right away, you can run up to it and hit triangle and it starts the fire. It will not burn down your house, even though this place is made out of thatch, and it probably should. It will not burn down your house. But this is to stay warm, and then it's also to cook food. You can hit triangle to put out the fire, which is what I'm doing because we don't currently need a fire and you don't want to waste any unnecessary materials. I'm going to put that stuff back in there, and we're getting low on food again. As you can tell, like, you go through food pretty quick, but it also depends on the type of food you eat. I have been eating nothing but berries, so that's why the food is going fairly quick. So we're going to see if we can get some meat. We're going to kill something easy, like these dodos that were over here. Dodos don't fight back. At least I've never had them fight back, like I said. We're going to put a little, one more point into melee damage so that we're doing more damage with our weapon. We're also going to learn a slingshot. The mortar and pestle to make actual narcotic, which is this. So we need the narcotic and the mortar and pestle. We're going to make spark powder, or we're going to learn spark powder. I'll explain why later. We're going to go ahead and learn the bed. That way we don't have to use a sleeping bag. And we are going to learn this spyglass, which we probably won't even be able to make anyway. But I'll explain that later as well. And then that's it for now, because we can't learn anything else. We don't have enough points for anything else. We have some points for some of this stuff, but like an arrow would be pointless without the bow. I mean, if you really want to, you can learn the arrow and then learn the bow later. A wooden club isn't bad, but I'm not too concerned about it. I normally don't learn it. The bolas are actually pretty good. If we have one more point, I would probably go for those. For those of you that don't know what bolas are, they basically, they're like rocks. I mean, like the picture that's there. They're like rocks that are tied on the end of a rope. And what they used to do back in the day is they would hold them, they would circle them above their head, like swing them around until it gets a real good spin going, and they would throw them at an enemy, and usually they would aim for their feet. So if it catches your feet together, it'll basically tangle up your feet and you won't be able to move, you'll fall over and stuff like that. You can actually use that on other players, and it actually does work. They won't be able to get up until you take off the bolas, so it's actually pretty funny. So what we're gonna do now, like I said, we're gonna find some of those dodos, which I don't hear any of them. They probably know I was gonna come kill them, so they're probably off somewhere hiding. That guy's already way over there. I believe he's the one that was over here. That right there is just a normal pelican type bird. They're huge, but oh, that's actually a pelican too. I thought it was the dinosaur that was over here earlier. They're huge, but they're not hostile either, so I don't have to worry about them. There are birds that are hostile. There are really some cool looking birds in the game as well. There's a dodo right there. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna kill him. She's level 85. Now normally, if this was a different type of creature and I hit it, whatever's mated with it, which is the male that I think I heard over there, yeah, probably this male. Yeah. So normally, if they're mated and I hit one of them, the other one will start coming running at me, and they will try to fight me off as well because they're mated. Dodos, on the other hand, they don't do anything. Like I said, they're very sketchy. They run. So you don't really have to worry about that. Now, as you can see, I got raw meat and hide from that one. This one's probably trying to run. Yeah. See, she's trying to run because I hit her mate and she saw it, so she knows she's next. So when you kill them, the tools work the same way. If you use the pickaxe, you get more meat. And my pickaxe just broke. Although that didn't give me more meat, but normally it'll give you more meat. And then if you use the axe, it normally gives you more hide. So you still do get both, same as like when you're chopping a tree and everything. And but it's just like that with the pickaxe and the axe. You can use a stronger pickaxe and axe later, or we'll learn how to make a metal one and stuff. Now my pickaxe broke. If I hold L1 and I hold X, it shows me right there that to repair it, on the right side on the bottom, it says I need 1 stone, 5 thatch, and 1 wood. They're all red because I put all those items in storage. It will not pull directly from your storage. You have to have it on you. So let's go ahead and get some of that stuff real quick. So we're going to use our axe. We're going to get a little bit of stone. We got 3. We only needed 1, I believe. And then we need thatch and wood, which we should get both from hitting this. So now if we hold L1 and X, it's green, so we can learn it. There are 2 ways to do this. We can either go in the menu, go down to it, and I believe it's triangle. Yes, at the top left it says repair item for triangle. So if we hit triangle, that will repair it. Or if it's already down on your hotbar like it is now, if we just hit L1 and X, just tap it instead of holding it, it will automatically start repairing it as long as we have the items. And I thought I just heard something. Oh, it's this guy. There are really big creatures in the game. So this is a moss chops, for those of you who don't know. It says it right there on his name. He's level 20. I have had one attack me, but it was a long time ago. Normally when you hit them, they run. So let's see what he does when I hit him. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna run. And then there's the music you're hearing. That's the combat music. Anytime you hear that, it means that you're currently in a combat mode. If something's aggro's on you or anything like that, then you'll hear this music. So if you're not hitting anything and you start hearing this music, more than likely it's something hostile and you're about to get screwed up by whatever it is that's running at you. So we're going to switch over to this so we can get more meat. He's probably going to give us a whole bunch, which is awesome. Yeah, see, so using my pickaxe, I only got 65 hide, and I believe it was 90 meat. So we have tons of meat. The problem with the meat in this game is it can actually go bad. So we have to run back over here. We don't have to run. Let's go ahead and get some water too. Drink some of that. You don't have to run back. The meat has a spoil timer on it, which I'll show you here in a second. We're starving, so let's eat some berries just to not starve to death. Now if I hit circle, we're going to go back in this menu. We have 2 points that we can use. We're going to put them into health just to raise our health a bit, in case we're fighting anything strong. Okay, now the spoil timers, it's just like Minecraft. You see while I'm highlighting this, it has an actual spoil timer on there. It's counting down from 6 minutes. Now there's 40 meat in this stack. In 6 minutes, only one of those pieces of meat are going to go bad. But it's also the same for every stack. So in this stack, in 8 minutes and 50 seconds, one of those is going to go bad. In this one, that's also 8 minutes. In this one, it's also 8 minutes. So there's a little bar at the bottom, though. That's what I was talking about, like Minecraft. The little green bar that's at the bottom of that square that I've highlighted actually going down. So if you're not looking at the timer, you can see when it's about to expire just by looking at that. So what we're going to do is we are going to... You can technically eat raw meat too. I would not advise that you do that though, because you can get sick from it. There is sickness and stuff in the game, and it's probably not best to eat raw meat anyway. It decreases your stamina and it makes you sick, and you can actually lose health and everything. Now the thatch does not, the thatch does not burn as long as wood, so we're going to take the thatch out. We're going to put all of our wood in there, and we're going to put this whole stack of meat and this whole stack of meat. And then we're going to light it, and that will start cooking the meat that's in there. The meat that we have in our inventory is probably going to end up going bad, so we're just going to throw it in here just in case, because that's 40 pieces of meat that's only one's going to go bad every 10 minutes. So I believe you can make that time last longer. I don't even think it's like that in multiplayer, like when you're playing on a public server. I think that time is something that I extended. We're also going to put these other berries and stuff in there that we're not using. We will keep the rest of this. With this hide, if you guys noticed, I ran and got some water a second ago. We're going to make a water skin so that we can actually hold water on our person instead of needing to run at water every time. Now that that's crafted, we're going to put it down in here. And as you can see, it looks like it's just brown and it's kind of hollow. Like you can see through it on the bottom of our screen. So if you come over here and you actually put your feet in here and you hold L1 and circle or whatever button that item is in, it will change the icon of it at the bottom. So now I have water in it. But if you're looking at it, you can see that it also has like where it says water 99 of 100. This water skin leaks. You can make one later in the game that does not leak, but it will slowly start going away. And actually, I'm going to put this over here in this spot. Your water will end up going away if you just leave it in there. Most of the time, by the time you need it or whatever, it's probably halfway gone, but will still keep you hydrated. So it's not that big of a deal. We're going to look in here. To open up this inventory, I'm hitting square. If I hit triangle, it'll put out the fire, and if I hit circle, it's only going to go in my inventory, not show the campfire. So if I hit square to open up the inventory, here's all the meat and everything. So we have the wood, which we're burning, the meat that we put in here. We have 6 pieces now that came out of this stack. It'll only cook 1 stack at a time, so it'll go through all 40 of these, then it'll move on to these. But I believe cooked meat, actually, that's changed. Cooked meat only used to stack a certain amount, but now it's higher, because even the raw meat, I think, only used to stack to 20. And then the charcoal is just a wood burning. You can use the charcoal for other things. You can use it for dye and a few other things, I believe. We're going to take the cooked meat out. That's going to go in our inventory. We're going to place it down here. And we're going to put it in our very first one, which is left on the D-pad. Now that we have actual food, if I hit left on the D-pad, he's going to eat some. And you can see the food bar on the right going up as I eat it. I wouldn't eat all 7 right away, even though I could use all 7. For some reason, the game is a little slow to register the amount of food that you ate. So I would wait a couple seconds, I need a little more, then wait a couple seconds. Once it stops, I need a little more. My character is actually probably going to poop here in a second. So we don't want to be nasty. We're going to go outside and poop in the water. So we're going to come over here, we're going to hold circle, we're going to click poop. And there we go, our poop's in the water. We're going to eat 1 more meat. So now our meat is all the way full. Actually, I think there's a tiny sliver that's not, but that's fine. Now, the whole reason I wanted to show you guys that is because eating the meat will actually last longer than the berries we've been eating. So, yes, I will still have to eat meat every once in a while, but it will just last a ton longer than needing the berries. When you start taming dinosaurs and everything, or you get good at killing stuff, then you won't have to really worry about it. You'll have tons of meat all the time. As you guys can see, I killed, what was it, 2 dodos and 1 moss chops, and I had tons of meat already. Even on the public servers, it won't be that much, but you'll still have enough to survive on. So it's not that big of a deal. That big thing that is up over there, that is, oh my god, what are they called? Wow, I don't even remember what they're called. That's where you would do a boss encounter or transfer to a different server. On a public server, you can transfer to different servers. You can go to different maps and everything. I believe you can do that on any of the drops as well, which I'll show you the drops later. That little guy is friendly. He's actually kind of cool to tame. He gives the creatures that you have tamed more experience. That's one of the pelican things that I mentioned. There was a turtle over here. Where'd he go? The turtles, they are friendly until you hit them. That's a turtle out there. They're friendly until you hit them, but once you hit them, they will actually turn around and start attacking you. But they're also very slow, so they're easy to kill. Okay, we're actually by a couple of the XP things. I'll just show you one. There's an explorer note right here. I don't want to pick it up just yet. I will show you guys in a second. That box right there, that box, that is called an explorer note. There's also one, it's over here somewhere. I'm accidentally going to pick it up by walking over it or something. There it is. So there's one here as well. These are all over. When you pick them up, what it does is it gives you an explorer note. It tells you about one of the creatures in the game, or just a little bit about the lore of the game, stuff like that. That right there is actually a pterodactyl. That is one of the birds that that you can actually fly on. There's a turtle too. So that is actually one of the birds that you can fly on, and they're not bad to tame, but they've also been fully reduced on how good they were. Like, they got nerfed. There's a triceratops over there in the background. They're also friendly because they're herbivores. So the explorer note, when you pick it up, it gives you a little bit of lore, or it'll tell you a bit about one of the creatures in the game, or maybe a weapon or something. Now when you pick it up, it also gives you double XP, and it will pop up in the corner of your screen showing how much double, or how long you have while you have double XP. I don't want to pick it up just yet, because you can actually use those fairly easily to make your character a higher level really quick, which I will in a second. I just want to show you guys the sea life, but I really don't want to do it in the ocean over here. We're gonna do it though. So this is why I don't want to do it out here. There's a lot of deadly stuff out here. These things over here are just regular fish. As you can see, the smaller ones that are out there, those are dolphins. That one's actually a dolphin as well. The bigger one that's down there, that is a shark. That is a megalodon, actually. We're going to swim up, grab a little bit of health, or air. Your air is the above your experience bar. It says O2 on it. It has a little O2 can. That is your oxygen bar. Let's see if we can swim out here. I don't know what that dolphin's doing. He's just staying at the top of the water. Yeah, there's the shark. That is a megalodon. When you go too deep, they will actually start swimming towards you because you have aggro on them and stuff. There's also stingrays out here. There's other stuff that will attack you. You don't normally want to swim off that edge unless you're ready to start fighting stuff. And you also don't want to go in the water when you have no stamina. My stamina is just now running out. Your stamina while you're in the water, it starts depleting because you're swimming, you're using stamina. Even if you're just sitting still, you are using stamina. It'll go down slowly, but once it hits all the way down, I'll show you guys real quick. I'm punching to make my stamina go down faster. So once your stamina goes all the way down, hopefully it goes down before the air. It's not going to. Let's swim up, get some air, and then I'll show you guys the rest of the stamina. Okay, so once your stamina goes all the way down, so there, I have no more stamina. Now I can't swim up. I can, but it's extremely slow, and when I get to the top, I'm like barely getting air and stuff. Like, it starts trying to pull me back down and everything. And then if you have a shark chasing you, it's really hard to get out of the water. So this is as fast as you can move once you're out of stamina. So you don't want to go in the water without stamina. As you can see, let me go ahead and get stamina back real quick. When you're in the water as well, it's colder in here. It's colder in the water. So my little snowflake down there, I don't know if you noticed, it was turning to ice a couple times. The dolphins are friendly. They're called Ichthyosaurus or whatever that says. Oh god, that noise scared me. Oh, my heart dropped. They're friendly. They will swim up to you. Yeah, this is actually kind of spooky. You can actually feed them, and you can tame them and stuff. You can put little saddles on them. I don't know why so many of them are coming over here. That's crazy. Oh, I'm drowning. My air ran out. But when you're underwater, you will start getting cold, completely cold, and you don't want to freeze under the water either. So being under here with these guys, you can feed them fish and stuff. It says right now, put taming. Oh, I didn't see it. It's like put food in your taming, or in the last spot to start taming or something like that. What that means is, like, if I'm holding L1 and I hit right on the D-pad, that spot you see down there blinking, it's blinking because I'm hitting it. that's the location that they're talking about putting food. So if I put food in there, which they like fish, if I put fish in there and I feed it to them, I can start taming them. As you can see, I'm almost hungry again. It's because I've been wasting my stamina and swimming and everything. The more energy you use in the game, the more food you need, just like in real life. So let's go ahead and eat some food. Fill our health back up, or our food bar back up. We're going to take a poop while we're running. We're out of food now, but I'm going to run back over to the house and grab some more food. We should have a whole bunch cooked by now. Now, where's our house? There it is. One of the things I forgot to mention with your house, if you hit triangle to open and close your door, you can hold triangle and it'll bring up a thing where it says you can open, unlock, set code, enable admin access only, or demolish. Demolish gets rid of it, which we don't want to do. Open will just open it like hitting triangle. Unlock, when you make a door, it automatically comes locked, so no one else can actually get in this house right now if I was playing on a multiplayer server. Or you can set a code, which every time you come up to your door, it will give you a random code to do. We're not going to do that though. And then you can also do enable admin access only. That is basically if you're in a tribe, only the admins for your tribe can get in and out of your house. My fire actually just went out, so we're going to take all the cooked meat that's in here. We're going to take out the charcoal, and we're going to take out the spoiled meat. The reason why I did that is because there's only 3 slots, and I have to throw more wood in to keep the fire going. Which we are out of wood. No, we're not. I was looking on the wrong side of the screen. And we're going to take this meat and this meat. And there, I'll show you why. We're going to open this back up. Now, the meat, like I said, can hold stacks of 40. So what we're going to do is we're going to put those 3 in there, and we're going to put the rest of this in there. That brings our 2 stacks to 40. We're going to take out the extra 5. We're going to throw the raw, or the wood in there, and we're going to restart the fire. Now, since I had food down at the bottom of my screen earlier, when I first picked up the meat, that's where it's going to stay. Every time I pick up cooked meat, if it can go down in this bar down here on the bottom, it's going to go there. So I have 29 cooked meat right now, which is fantastic. We're going to throw our seeds back in there. The spoiled meat you can use for stuff. It'll probably end up just disappearing, because once it's the regular raw meat and cooked meat, when it spoils, will turn into spoiled meat. When the spoiled meat spoils, it will just disappear. It destroys itself basically. But these also have a longer timer on them. As you can see, that's going to last for 14 minutes just for the top one, and then it's going to do another. It's probably 15 minutes for each one. So now we have 25 meat on us. We're going to go ahead and eat, get our food back up, take a quick poop. You don't ever have to poop. I just got used to doing it, because when you're trying to sneak up on a player, they can actually hear you poop. So if your character is not fully pooped already and you're trying to run up on someone, they will hear your character poop and they will know someone's in the area. Alright, we have, what is that, 49 points? Yeah, we have 49 points. We're going to go down here and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff we can buy. We're going to buy the bola. We're going to get a bow and arrow. And we're going to learn... I don't think I can learn everything for a wooden house yet. I think I don't have enough points, but we're going to try to learn everything for the wooden house. We need the wooden foundation, the walls, the ceiling, the frame, and we are 1 short for learning the door, which is fine. So, what I was talking about before with the double XP thing, we're going to go pick one up. I am currently level, what, 14? Now when you first pick it up, it also gives you a high jump of XP. So we're probably going to get a couple levels just for picking it up. And then on top of that, we're going to have a time period where I can get double XP. So like I said, we're level 14. Let's see what happens when I pick it up. So that's what it does. It doesn't show you anything in there, but it says we got a note. The note we got was the Ammonite dossier. Normally it pops up on the screen, but I played the game before and I already have this one. So what it would normally bring up, well, first off, we got 5 levels just from picking that up. So now we're going to be level 19. But going through this menu on top, this one is where all of your notes are that you picked up. So we picked up the creature one, which is not there. Not there. It's none of those. It's probably this one. Okay, we picked up the Ammonite dossier, so it was this one. So if you click on it, this is normally what it'll bring up when you open it for the first time. It tells you how they are in the wild on the left side, in the middle, and then it'll say domesticated down on the right, meaning you can domesticate these, and it tells you what they can be used for and stuff like that. If you look in the top left, it tells you their temperament, which is passive, so they won't attack you just randomly and stuff. You know, it just gives a little bit about the creature, but you can't turn the page or anything. It's just all of them look like this. I'll actually show you another one. We'll look at the Achentina. It's a snail, basically. Echidna? That's not right. I don't know, but this, you know, they all look like this. They all say the same thing. It has, you know, their temperament. It tells you whether they're a herbivore or carnivore. It tells you how they are in the wild when they're domesticated. Gives you a little bit of lore about the creature, stuff like that. So they're fantastic to pick up. As you can see, I don't have all of them. I do have quite a bit, but I don't have all of them. But it will automatically bring this up when you pick up one, as long as you hadn't picked it up before. Sometimes it'll bring up both, sometimes it won't. As you can see, these are the different creatures that are in the game. I don't want to show you too much of it. You can pause the video and probably see them, but I'd rather us be surprised if this is your first time seeing this game. So now down in the bottom right, it has that timer going with the 2 blue arrows. That is my double XP. So as I'm collecting things, whatever XP I was getting for this before, I'm getting now double of that. A good way to level up in the game is actually collect a whole bunch of materials, find an item that gives you tons of XP for crafting it, pick up one of these, and then craft a whole bunch of that item. Even if you're not going to use a whole bunch, you can end up throwing them away or deconstructing them and reusing them again, whatever. But that's actually one of the things I used to do, which I will actually show you guys if we have time. It's a long process. If anything, I'll probably get the materials beforehand, pick one up, and then, well, I'll show you guys the materials, but then I'll pick one up and I'll show you guys how I actually go about leveling up. There are quicker ways to level up. There's a whole bunch of tutorials out there on how to do it. This is just the way I do it. This is the method I use. So we did get another level off of just breaking that stuff. As you can see, our food and our water are both dropping. You can put points into them and it'll make your thirst and your food go slower, but the higher level you get, you will not need to worry about that. If I were you, I would not put anything into oxygen, food, or water. Oxygen is to hold your breath longer underwater. In the higher levels, you can actually get a scuba suit, so you really don't need it unless you're trying to live underwater from the very beginning. There are caves down in the water where you can actually go down in there and you can come up in the cave and actually stand in there and breathe air. So it's not needed, but if you want to go in there from the very beginning, then yeah, go for it. Put some in oxygen, but I still wouldn't do food or water. Weight can be a big thing. Depending on how you play, you can put a lot into melee, which I normally do. I usually put some into movement speed. Just outrun the faster dinosaurs, if anything, or other players. Crafting skill. Crafting skill is a little bit different. I thought it would just help you craft better items. It kind of does. If you find an item randomly in the world to craft, because you can find craftable items, kind of like these items, you can find a blueprint for a better arrow or a better bow. So this one, it tells you at the bottom of that little screen that just popped up, it says weapon damage 100%. You can technically find one that's a better quality and it'll do like 102% or something like that. The crafting skill, what it does is it lets you craft a randomly higher skill than that 100%. So with this one, it's already set at 100%, so it won't work with that one. But if you find a random one that, like I said, one that's 102, instead of crafting a 102 every time, this one may let you craft like a 106 or a 104 or something like that. Like I said, it's random. I don't normally put points into it. Fortitude helps you from being knocked out. It will actually decrease your chances of being knocked out. They used to let you put points into torpidity, which is how long you're knocked out for. I I don't know why they took that away. I'm not really sure, but yeah, you can't put points into it anymore, but it's still on here as a stat. So we're gonna put 2 points. Well, let me see. We're gonna put a couple into movements. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do 2 points into movement. We're gonna do 2 points into melee, just so we're a bit stronger. And we're gonna do 2 into health, getting our health up to 150, and that leaves us with 91 engram points. And we are going to learn the door for our wooden house. We're going to learn... Okay, we can actually learn the next clothing thing, so that may be good. I don't normally use hide either. I forgot hide was even a thing. Actually, we can do the large storage box and the wooden raft. So the wooden raft is fantastic for getting around. We're going to learn the gunpowder because we're going to learn a gun later, and we need the gunpowder ahead of time. Let's go ahead and learn... I'm debating on whether to learn the ramp or the stairs, but we are going to learn the pillar. And let's go ahead and do a ramp for now. You'll see why later. It has to do with the wooden raft. And then here's some piping for if you want to make a farm. You can farm in this game. There's a fishing rod, lesser antidote. We won't learn that unless we absolutely need to. That's just to get rid of the sickness that's in the game, but we're not even sick, and I don't plan on getting sick. Let me see. We have 53 more. The bookshelf will hold any of the blueprints I was talking about. These it only holds blueprints. So if you learn that bookshelf, you can only put blueprints in there that you've found. Blueprints also don't take up weight though, but they get really annoying if you have a whole bunch though. We can learn the preserving bin. It's like a modified refrigerator for back in the old days, like really old days. Now the expensive things and the things that we also want to learn, which I should have started with these. We need a smithy to craft more items. We need the refining forge to smelt metal and stuff like that. And what I wanted to do was learn the metal pick and the metal hatchet. That's why I said we should have started with those. They last a lot longer than the stone ones we can make. It doesn't really matter though, because we don't really have that much metal. I think we have like 2 or 3 pieces, so it's fine where we're at right now. We can stick with this. And then I was looking for an item. I believe it's that right there. I guess we'll find out though. I thought it was up here with this stuff, but I guess not. You'll see what it is when we get to it though. Okay, so it is almost nighttime in the game. Nighttime in this game is a little bit different from Minecraft. It's still dangerous, but it's different. There are different creatures that act differently at night. Main ones would be some small Troodon. It's Troodon is how you spell the name. I believe they're called Troodons. That's how I say the name. I'm not sure if it's pronounced differently, but that is how I say the name. They are annoying as hell. Actually, it's not nighttime. Why was it so dark over there? Was it completely already nighttime and the sun came back up and I just didn't notice it? Or was it just dark over here just because it was dark? I don't know. I'm losing my mind, guys. If it was already nighttime, slap me. But anyway, the Troodons in this game, they are blind during the day. Like, you can pretty much run right next to them and they won't even see you. But they are hostile. And they're annoying because they will knock you out with 1 or 2 hits. At night, they can see like crazy. Their eyes glow. They're probably about the size of a dodo, actually. And they run super fast, so they will catch you no matter where you're going. They knock you out and you're just screwed after that. They just stay there eating your body. I do need water, so instead of running down to the water, I'm going to hold L1 and hit square to drink from that water skin. Now, there was only a little bit in there, so it didn't fill up my water all the way. But that's what I was talking about before, how the water skin is kind of pointless. We're going to drink the rest of the water and we're going to fill it back up. The only reason I learned the water skin is because I believe you have to learn it so that you can learn the one that doesn't leak. The thing that was right there, that was a turtle. They do actually dive under the water. Like I said, they're non-hostile, but if I hit him, he will turn hostile. He will turn around and start smacking me. They're actually pretty fast in the water. They're pretty slow on land. So I guess we're gonna just work on leveling up for now, grabbing some items. That is a parasaur over there. They're friendly as well. If I could make, I think I can actually. Yeah, so I can make some bolas. It says I can make 2 of them. We're gonna hit triangle and craft 2. What this does is, like I said, it tangles around the feet of your enemy and it makes them trip and fall, or it just makes them to where they can't move. So since it's a dinosaur, they're not gonna fall over, but I can trap him in place by throwing one at his feet. It doesn't work on the bigger dinosaurs. You won't be able to use it on a T-Rex or anything like that, but you can use it on some of the other smaller deadly ones. It definitely works on the Troodons. It's actually a big help when you're trying to run from them. And it works on these guys. And you can use them like so. That's what they look like. Hold R2 and it brings up a little crosshair, and then you hit them. Doesn't matter where you hit him. I could hit him in the head, but it'll consider as it hitting him, and it'll get stuck on his feet. Now he's stuck. He can't move, and I can just completely kill him. I used to feel bad for them, but hey, I need to make a living too. And you have to kill them kind of quick. If I just left him here, oops. If I just left him here, he will eventually break free and take off running. Now, as you can see, my spear broke, and it switched to the next one automatically. I did not switch that. That is the reason earlier when I was saying that we make 3 of them. Because they break all the time. They're annoying to hold because of how heavy they are, but they break all the time. So if you're fighting something and it's killing you, like I said, when you're crafting, you can craft while you're running, but it'll slow you way down. You don't want to try running from something and needing to craft, because then it's just going to kill you anyway, because you won't be able to move as fast. Holding 3 of them at all times lets you hold 3, so you don't have to worry about if one does break. Now, I have had it before where I've gotten extremely unlucky and all 3 broke back to back. It doesn't matter how new it is, how old it is, it's just random when they break. So keep that in mind. And it looks like our fire went out again, so we're going to throw some more wood in here. Oh, first we need to take out our charcoal, our spoiled meat, our cooked meat. We're going to refill that by putting in more meat, and then we're going to throw the wood in there, and we're going to restart it. And then in here we're going to throw our charcoal and our spoiled meat. Now, to preserve the meat longer, you can do it with cooked meat, raw meat, and even spoiled meat. We are going to make that refining bin that I learned, which is down here. Preserving bin, sorry. So we need 20 fiber, 30 stone, 10 thatch, and 30 wood. Looks like I have everything except the thatch and the wood, which I can get thatch by using my pickaxe on this. That's more than enough, but we're going to keep going till it breaks. And then we're going to use our regular axe on this to get some more wood, even though we got some from the other thing. That's more than enough as well. But you always want to just grab extra just to make it easier. And then we're going to make our preserving bin. So we come down here, we're going to hit R2 on it. It's going to start crafting it. It is done. We're going to take it. We're going to put it in this spot. We're going to hit down on the D-pad, and there it is. So you want it as close, well, I mean, you don't have to do this, but you want it as close as you can to the wall just so you have room. So if you start moving forward, when it turns red, that means you're going through that back wall. So if you back up a tiny bit, when it turns green, there, it's up against the wall right there. Now, sometimes you do have to be careful. I'm going to place it down. But the reason why I say you have to be careful is because sometimes it will still poke through the back of the wall, but it looks like it's good right now. So now, anything that can spoil, we can actually put in there. So let's grab, the seeds don't spoil. I did not mean to pick those up. Let's grab all of our berries though, and our meat, and even the spoiled meat, why not? And we're gonna place them in here. All of them. Even our cooked meat. Not the cooked meat that's down here or the berries that are down here, because we're going to be eating those. down at the bottom, but all this stuff. Now, as you can see, it didn't change the spoil time or anything. If you read right here, it says store your perishable items sorry, with spark powder to preserve. Use spark powder, oil, and cooked meat to make jerky over hours. So basically you can make beef jerky out of cooked meat. But it also says, if you notice, to preserve your perishable items, you have to use spark powder. We don't have anything called spark powder. That is actually one of the items that you need to learn, which I don't know if we did. It is right here. We did learn it. So to make it, we need flint and stone. And then at the bottom, the bottom of that little screen that popped up, where in red it says can be crafted at mortar and pestle. This is the mortar and pestle. So we have to make the mortar and pestle first, and then we can make the sparking powder. So if we go back over here, we have our hide, and I believe we're going to need more stone to make the mortar and pestle. Here's the mortar and pestle. We need 65 stone. We have 4. So we are going to need more. So let's jump out here. Let's grab a whole bunch of stone, and we only need 65. Stone is heavy, so you don't want to be carrying too much of it. And that just broke, so we're going to hit L1 and left on the D-pad where it's at, so it crafts it. And it tells you on the left that it consumed the 1 flint, the 1 wood, all that. So it lets you know what you used to just now repair your item. We're going to continue to grab our items, our stone. Like I said, you don't want to grab too much because, as you can see, the weight's going up pretty quick. Stone is actually pretty heavy. We don't want to hold too much of it. Metal's heavier than that, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. Okay, so now we have enough stone and we have enough hide. So we're going to hit R1, we're going to go down to our mortar and pestle, and we're going to craft it. It's going to go in here. There it is. So we're going to hit X on it 1 time, which it's not highlighting. I don't know why. Okay, we're going to back out of there. I think it's screwed up. We're going to hit X on it. There it goes. They're highlighted. Then we're going to go down here, and we're going to place it right there. Now we're going to go inside of our house, so we're going to place it down in here. So if we hit down on the D-pad, it'll give us a little thing. And remember, that just means that it's obstructed by something when it's red. So we're going to actually place it over in this corner. Well, no, we're going to place our bed over here eventually. Let's put it right here next to our preserving then. Place it down. That's just to turn it, if you remember. We're going to hit R2 again. And we're going to hit square on it. It's not like the fire. You can actually hit triangle on it and it'll open it up. Now if you place something down wrong, as you can see right there at the top, it says pick up allowed for 18 seconds. That means that I can hold triangle, and right there it says pick up mortar and pestle. I can pick it back up real quick without needing to break it. So if I placed a wall in the wrong area, I could do that. But now, since I left it down for however long it gives you, like now it's at 3 seconds, I believe it gives you like 25-30 seconds, something like that. So if I place this down and I wait longer than that time, now I can't pick it back up. I can only demolish the wall, or I'd have to physically break it by hitting it. And now I have to repair it because I hit it. So you come over here, you go into it, and to make the spark powder, you click on where it says spark powder. That's one of the things we learned. So we need 2 flint and 1 stone. So we're going to throw all of our stone in there. Whoops, did not mean to do that. We're going to throw all of our stone and all of our flint. Now if you highlight it, it says on the top left you can craft 30 of them. We're going to hit triangle and craft all 30. And it'll do it, it'll put them in here. Now, as you can see, it's making 2 at a time. So we crafted 30, we should end up with 60 of them. This is why math is good. Stay in school, kids. So we're going to wait for those to craft real quick. While we're waiting for that, we're going to go ahead and put a point into our levels. We're going to go with weight again, so that we can carry more stuff. We're going to come down here and we're going to learn our metal hatchet and pick. Since we have 41 points, there's 6 each. Learn both of those. We're going to learn this trank arrow. It's just basically helps you knock out creatures. The parachute I don't normally learn on solo play, but in multiplayer you may want to, because you can actually be picked up by someone riding a bird, which, like I said, I'll talk about that later. The parachute you want to carry around at least 1 or 2. If they pick you up, what they'll do is they'll fly up into there and they'll drop you, and if you hit the ground, you're dead. If you land in water, you're safe unless there's sharks and stuff around. But if they drop you and you have a parachute, you can hit that parachute right before you hit the ground. It'll open up, you'll land safely, and then you just run off. And they'll probably come looking for you, so that's why you want to carry more than one. But you just have to be careful with how much you're carrying, because like I said, if you don't have that much weight, you're not going to be able to outrun anything, because you're going to be over encumbered all the time, meaning you're holding too many items. So here's our 60. It looks like it used all of our stone, but we still have extra flint. So to make more, we only need stone, and then it'll keep using this flint. But we're going to pull out our spark powder. We're going to put it in our preserving bin. And when you put it in there, I don't know if you heard it, it's made a little click sound. Now you can see like little smoke coming off of it. That means it's cooling on the inside. So now if we hit square and we look at our items, the spoil timer is way longer. So this one's actually 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 8 seconds. This is what I mean by eventually you'll have a lot of food. As long as you keep spark powder in here, you're good. I mean, you will have stuff that lasts forever. In an official server, the time is way shorter than 2 hours. Like I said, I just have that turned up. But obviously you don't have to play in an official server. Official servers, there's a lot of toxic people in there. You'll get raided. It's not really fun, but I mean it can be if you're a very competitive person. Let's look in here. Let's pull out all the cooked meat, the charcoal, the spoiled meat, and we're actually going to throw in, I don't think there's any more in here. Yeah, we're going to put our charcoal in there. We're going to pull out the rest of the raw meat that's in here. Well, first let's put our cooked meat in there so it doesn't spoil as fast. We're going to throw our spoiled meat in there. We're going to grab our raw meat, and we're going to put our raw meat stacked on top of the meat that's already in there. That way it's cooking everything. So we can leave that like that. We'll run out here. We're going to drink our water out of our water skin, and we're going to refill it. Which, yes, I live right here, and it's easy just to grab the water instead of using the water skin. But if you're living way inland, then it can become an issue if you're not close to water. We're going to eat some food. Trying to make sure it's going all the way up. Now I did eat 3 of them real fast, but that's because I know that it would have took 3 of them to fill up. But I also stopped and made sure that it actually filled up, because like I said, sometimes it does not register. I'm just trying to speed things up here, guys, but you don't, like I said, you don't have to eat that fast. It's just to help. As you can see, my character, his hair is getting a little bit longer. He's actually growing a beard. You can cut your hair in this game. You can also shave your face. The longer you're alive, the longer your hair will grow. I think it does only get to a certain length. It's probably like down to like maybe the bottom of his shoulder blades or whatever. And then you can also do different hairstyles. His beard you can completely shave off or leave it and it'll actually grow out too. It's kind of cool. I like the way they did it. Actually, we need to look at making a bed, which it looks like we can already make. So when you're in here, anything that's highlighted like whitish or grayish, they are items that you can currently make. You have all the items for. The darker ones are stuff that you still need stuff. So I need, if I wanted to do a spear, I need more flint, but I can do the bed because I have everything. So let's go ahead and craft this bed so that we can get a spawn point real quick. And with the bed, I believe, I could be wrong, I don't think it's like Minecraft. Like when you place down the bed, I don't think you have to sleep in it. I think it's just as long as you place the bed, you will spawn there from now on. So let's go ahead and place this bed down. There's the bed. It says triangle to fast travel and drop items. So if I hold triangle and I click fast travel drop items, what it does, it brings up the entire map. This is the entire map. The X down there that's on thing, that's where I'm currently located on the map. As you can see, I have not went off that little piece of the game, or that little piece of the map. So the maps are huge in this game. There are a little bit smaller ones. There's also bigger ones. The game is ridiculously big. It's awesome. But the X is where I'm currently at. That is where I'd be traveling from. Now, if I went to the top of the map and I made a bed up there, that is why it gives you the fast travel option. I can fast travel from where I'm currently at to a bed up there, and it will show a little icon of the bed at the top wherever I make it at, and I can fast travel there. Now the reason why it says fast travel drop items is because you can't fast travel and hold your items. So if I fast travel right now from this bed and I had one up north, it would fast travel me, but it would drop all the current items in my inventory right here on the ground. And if I don't make it back in time to pick them up, they will eventually disappear. So not too many people use fast travel, or if they do, it's usually because they died in an area where they need to get back to, so they can just run to their bed. And if they have a bed over there that was already used or it's on cooldown, well, actually no, because you can't fast travel to one that's on cooldown. I'm not sure why you would do that. Maybe for someone like me that's playing solo, if I just want to go up north instead of running up there and I already have items up there, and I don't want to take a dinosaur or something to go faster, maybe it's just for fast traveling like that. I'm not honestly sure. So for now, I think that's gonna be it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day. I will make another video on this game for sure. This is by far easily one of my favorite games to play. I used to play on the public servers a lot, but this is what they call a persistent world game. What that means is when I log off, my character will stay online sleeping for the public games. Now, since I'm playing solo, it won't do that. When I stop right here, if I stop right on this rock right here and I log off, when I log back on, my character will be right here on this rock. Everything, like if there's a dinosaur right there, that dinosaur will be right there when I log back in. On the public servers, they continue to play. So if I log off right here and say there's a raptor right there, if I log off, my character will fall over, he'll go to sleep, and he'll either roll this way or this way, depending on how I land on this rock. He may roll this way. He'll probably fall right here. The raptor will probably see my body, come over here and eat my body while I'm logged off, and I won't know anything about it because I'll be offline. And then when I log back on the next time, it'll actually show me the screen that it showed me when I was trying to fast travel with the map. Let me run back over here and show you again. It will bring up this map, and it'll have an X like it does now, but the X will be where I currently died at. So it'll be a little bit more over where that rock was that I was just standing on, and at the top of the screen it'll say your character ChaosEclipse has died by, and it'll say whatever killed me. So if it's a raptor that's level 20, it'll say your character ChaosEclipse has died by raptor level 20, and it will list it on there letting you know how you died. And then more than likely when you log back on, the items that your character had will be gone, because unless you're logging on right after you died, you won't be able to run back over there to pick up your items. When you die, your character drops every single item that you are currently carrying. So everything in my inventory, all of these, and all these things down here at the bottom, he will drop all of this. This stuff here that you're learning, you will never lose any of your blueprints. Well, none of these anyway. If it's a blueprint that you find, one of the ones that that you loot from somewhere, those actually go in here too. So if you have one of those, you will lose that one. But the ones that you're learning through this menu, you will never lose these unless you reset your character. You'll always know this stuff. When you're playing on the official servers, people could easily come over and they could destroy my entire house. And when I log back on, I could be sleeping on the floor if they were nice enough not to kill me, or I could be dead and they took everything. It can go either way. Most of the time you're dead and they take everything. And then when you come back and you find your house again, you know you're screwed because there's nothing there. Like I'll come back to just an empty spot here. Or if anything, they only blew off the door. They destroyed all of my stuff so that I can't use any of it, and they destroyed my bed so I can't spawn back on it. Stuff like that. So, like I said, the game can be very toxic when you're playing multiplayer. The next time we play this though, when you guys join me again, if you join me again, we will take a look around over in that area over there. There's some beavers and some metal and stuff over there. And I'll show you guys what further you can build, the different types of creatures, because there's a lot of different ones over there. And we will go from there, guys. So thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you guys coming, and thank you to the new 2 subscribers that I have. I am currently up to 12 subscribers now. I really appreciate that, guys. like I said, I'd be happy with 11 even, but you guys outdid it and you gave me an extra one. So whoever subscribed, thank you. The reason why I'm saying whoever subscribed is because I believe your account is private, so it doesn't show me even who subscribed. It just shows that it went from 10 to 12. So I really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me on this journey that we're gonna have fun on. And don't forget to like, and if you're watching the video and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you don't mind. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. I have no issues with that, but I do ask, if you hit the dislike button, let me know what you disliked about the video. Put it down in the comments. Tell me you're stupid, you have an ugly face, you took too long explaining stuff, you didn't explain it right, you know, whatever you don't like about the video. Let me know why you don't like it, so that I can change it or explain things differently, or whatever the case may be that you don't like it. I want to work on that for you guys. So again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.